What is good, ingenious family? Welcome back to the kitchen. In today's video, I'm going to be baking my first birthday cake. So shout out to my little brother. He's going to be turning 16 next week. And for this video, he requested that I make him a red velvet Oreo tres leches cake. Sorry if I butchered that, I'm sorry. But that's the cake we're going to be making today. But first, I want to begin this video with the most important thing. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. Like, I had to show my appreciation. It's crazy how fast we reached 100. Like, I literally just started this channel a couple months ago, so to know I'm already at 100. My last video got 200 views, almost 300. There's this many people interested in the things that I create in my kitchen and just my culinary journey, period. It means a lot to me, so just shout out to you guys for all of your support. Yeah, keep running the channel up. I'm having the most fun in the kitchen than I ever have, and that was the whole goal. Like, this has always been a passion of mine. I've always loved cooking, always loved baking, and I'm just trying to make the videos that I would want to see. Like, these are the type of videos of that I stated in my first video I used to watch when I was a kid. I always used to watch people in the kitchen baking, cooking, all of that. So if I could bring that type of content to YouTube, then that's what I'm gonna do. But we can go ahead and get to the recipe, man. This is gonna be a pretty exciting one. I'm definitely gonna like have my creativity shine because I'm decorating a cake, and I'm also like extra nervous because the execution has to be perfect. It's a 16th birthday cake. We all know 16 is like the biggest age. It's like the most important thing ever next to 21. So I'm really trying to make sure, like, I already have some ideas in my head. The only thing I'm nervous about, what he doesn't know, is I'm gonna do a 2-layer cake. So I haven't done one before. We did decorate cakes in class, but it was only one cake. The only thing I'm nervous about is with the tres leches, when it marinates and stuff, and then I try to move one cake on top of another, or on top of the other, or just moving the cakes, period. I don't want it to be so soggy to the point. It's not soggy necessarily because it like marinates, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be very malleable. So I just don't want it to fall apart when I'm trying to put it together, because that's gonna make me crash out. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the cake, man. Okay guys, so as always, I did prep my ingredients before, you know, going ahead and getting into the process of baking. Make sure you always prep your ingredients for the recipe before you bake it or cook it or whatever, because it's going to save you so much time in the kitchen. Like I promise you, all you're going to have to do is just throw everything together. That's the whole point. But I did also just want to mention, because I am doing 2 layers, the recipe that I am following, which will be in the description by the way, is for 1 tres leches. So I did double the recipe. So what you see me doing here, if you want to make 1 singular cake, because it typically comes in the Pyrex, the rectangular one. So if you just want to make 1 of those, just, you know, split my recipe, because I'm doing it by 2. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go in with our wet ingredients first. We're gonna combine all of those together, and then once those are well incorporated, we're gonna whisk together the dry ingredients as well, and then basically pour it in the pan. So it's like a relatively easy process as far as executing, you know, the cake and whatever, but it's just mad tedious after, because then you gotta let it cool for an hour, then you gotta pour this, you gotta pour that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and combine our ingredients together. Okay guys, to begin, we have 8 eggs in our stand mixer bowl, and then I'm gonna go in with 2 cups of milk combined with some vanilla extract, and then just 2/3 of a cup of some vegetable oil. And then, like I said, once all of that is well incorporated, we're just gonna go ahead and fold in some sifted cake mix, and then some sifted self-rising flour as well. Okay, so now that I have all of my wet ingredients combined, it's looking like this. So like I stated, he requested a red velvet Oreo tres leches. So I'm going in with 2 boxes of the red velvet cake mix, and then a cup of some self-rising flour. And I sifted all this together, by the way. And I would recommend doing that too, just because when I was sifting it, there was like super hard clumped together pieces of cake mix. So make sure you sift those out before you make this, guys. Okay, you guys, so now that I have our batter made, I'm just gonna go ahead and separate it into my 2 cake pans, and then we're gonna cook it in the oven at 350 for 25 minutes. And right here, I have my evaporated condensed milk mixture that I'm gonna pour with the cake later. I need to go ahead and put it in the fridge, but I just have that to the side. I told y'all I prepped everything. The only thing I still have to prep is our stabilized frosting, but that'll be relatively quick. So now I'm just gonna go ahead, like I said, and separate this into the 2 pans, and then 350, 25 minutes. Okay, you guys, so it has officially been 25 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up my oven and see how our cakes are looking, and they're already looking beautiful. Both of them look beautiful, and they look pretty even, and I didn't even measure them out. But these look beautiful. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick a fork in it to make sure we're not working with any underbaked cake. And then if they're good, I'm gonna set them on the counter, let them cool off for an hour. And then yeah, I'll see you guys again after that. Okay, you guys, so I actually did check my cakes, but 25 minutes wasn't long enough. The fork came out mad doughy. So I put it back in the oven. I'm gonna give it another about 5 minutes. We'll check on it again and see. I'm assuming because I doubled the batter and plus I'm not using a traditional pan that's made for the tres leches, that's probably why it's taking longer, but we're gonna check on it again in about 5 minutes. Okay guys, and I did leave my cakes in the oven for an additional about 18 minutes. They ended up baking perfectly fine, so nothing to worry about there. I did go ahead and add all my ingredients to my stand mixture for my whipped stabilized frosting. So in here I have some heavy whipping cream, white vanilla pudding mix, and then some powdered sugar, and then I'm gonna add some vanilla extract once I whip all this together. So I'm gonna whip this together on low, and then once that's all combined, going with the vanilla, and then we will be whipping this on high for about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, you guys, and then this is how the stabilized frosting is looking. I only whipped mine for 3 minutes. Once you see it getting thick and forming peaks, you can take it off. So it doesn't have to be the full 5 minutes. If yours starts forming peaks and it gets thick like this, how y'all seen in the time lapse, then definitely go ahead and pull it. But it already tastes amazing, and I cannot wait to decorate this cake. Okay, you guys, and it has been about an hour, so in a second here, I am going to go ahead and level off my cakes, poke holes in them, and prepare them for the condensed milk mixture. But we all know you can't have cookies and cream, Oreo, anything without cookies and milk. So to pizzazz up the condensed milk mixture, I'm going to take some crushed Oreos here, and I have the Oreo flavored Oreos, the cookies and cream flavored Oreos, and like a couple of regular Oreos mixed in here, crushed up, that I'm going to go ahead and put in here and then pour it over the cake once I go ahead and level those. So I'm just gonna take probably about like a handful because I do want to have some left to decorate the top of my cake as well. But just gonna go ahead and sprinkle some of that in here. And I already know this is going to be so fire, guys, because I really could have went ahead and like incorporated this in the dry ingredients when I was making the cake itself, but where's the fun in that? Okay, you guys, this is how our condensed cookies and milk mixture is looking. And then I did go ahead and lay out some baking paper to transport my cakes onto so I can go ahead and level those off. Okay, you guys already know I'm the queen of cake flips at this point. So we're going to pray both of these slide out smoothly. I don't know. I feel like I greased the pan pretty good, but either way, they got to get removed and I do have to level them. So I'm going to start with this one. No removal. No removal. Let's see if we can get this one. Okay, so it looks like they are gonna need a little bit of persuading. So I'm gonna go ahead. Got a rubber spatula right here. Oh my God, I'm OD nervous. Chat, off camera, I got it removed. So I'm just gonna be extra careful with her because the side I need to level is this side, the ugly side. Okay, the trick with leveling, you really wanna keep everything even. You know I'm locked in once I get solid.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! SpongeBob, careful! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob!
Patrick, the lid's already off.
As you guys can see, this cake level, I did that. It's nice and moist too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and scoot that over so I can make room for my other one. Okay, you guys, so after officially leveling off my cakes, which came out way better than I even expected, the last step for tres leches, as far as before the final preparation, we're just gonna go ahead, poke holes all through this so all of that cookies and cream, milk, whatever can soak up in the cake. So the cake is going to absorb all of that condensed milk. And if I have some left over, I have another box of cake mix, so I'll probably end up baking another tres leches during this winter storm. Let me know where y'all stay at, because I stay in the South and I heard it's going to affect us, but not that bad, but it might be bad. I don't know. The South is different when it comes to winter weather. But yes, I'm just going to go ahead, poke holes in this, and then pour that over the cakes. And then I put them on some half sheet pans so I can place them in the fridge for another hour. Okay guys, so it has officially been 1 hour since the cakes have been sitting in the condensed milk. So I did remove my cakes from the fridge, as you can see. Now this is the part I'm most nervous for, if I'm being honest, because I will have to now transport the cakes. So for my cake board, since I don't have an official one, which it might make it hard to ice, I'm gonna use the bottom of my springform pan. But now I'm just gonna move one, ice this. Of course, the cake doesn't move once I'm icing it or whatever. But I don't know if I'm contemplating crumb coating it, because Chef Bajogi says it's not necessary, but I don't know if I'm that advanced enough to go ahead and just try to ice this without crumb coating it. So we're gonna see. But the plan basically is, I have two different icings here. So like I mentioned earlier, this is from the pound cake I did last week. So this is a cream cheese glaze that typically goes with red velvet, and then I have the traditional tres leches stabilized whipped icing. So that's gonna go on the outside. So I'm probably going to, I have a lot of this and I really want to preserve this. So I'm gonna go in with the icing spatula. Guys, I'm so nervous, oh my gosh. And take some of the cream cheese. I'm just gonna spread it around. I know it's usually supposed to be like one little dollop, but since it's just a cake going on here bare with no cake board, I'm just gonna do a generous amount. Okay, now that I have my icing applied to my pan, I'm trying to decide which one I wanna try to go ahead, or at least attempt to move. I don't know. Slide my hands underneath. If we make a mess, who cares? Well, I know my parents care, I'm just kidding, guys. But I'm just trying to make this as seamless as possible, even if there's a mess. I'm just trying to make it easy to transport without breaking, so. Hey. We got the cake down, guys. Let's go. I am going to go in with about a half cup, or maybe just a little bit less than a half, but just to refresh it one more time. I really want to make sure the cake is moist, soaking up all of that flavor. Go ahead and go in with that cream cheese glaze I mentioned earlier. I have my big icing spatula here. Honestly, guys, I'm so nervous to do this, but I gotta stop being nervous. I gotta just trust myself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with a generous amount of this. Yeah, we vibing. Hey, let's go. All right, yeah, smoothing it out, period. Okay, trying to keep that inside the cake though, you feel me? You really just gotta find a groove, and then once you get in it, you just gotta work with it. I love this, y'all. I love baking. Like, it's so beautiful to me. Like this, I'm baking a cake. I'm baking a cake. That's really crazy to me. Like, I'm sitting here making a cake, bro. This is so cool. I'm just thinking about all the times I was playing Cool Math and playing Papa's Freezeria and Papa's this and Papa's that, and now I'm the one that's really out here making moves. I'm making a cake. Are you? What are you doing at home right now? You watching me make the cake. You need to buy one from me. See, you watching for a reason. I'm telling you, once you finish this video, hey, you ain't going, I promise you, you're not wasting your time. You ain't gonna regret giving me your view. But all right, so we got a generous amount here. Honestly, I might add a little bit more just towards the edges. I don't want to overdo it, but I definitely like want it to be there. And this looks like so freaking good, guys, with the cookies. Like, it's literally giving cookies and cream down. Like, my brother definitely asked the right person to do his birthday cake, because literally, who better? I'm gonna make it happen, I promise you. All right, chat. So we got that, right? Okay, cool. Now we have to, you feel me? Flip it over on top. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. So let's go ahead, just grab the cake, flip it over. I really just made a cake. I really just made a cake. I really just made a freaking cake, bro. I just made a freaking... Okay, you guys, so now for our final challenge, I need to ice the entire thing. This is the part I am the most nervous about, because icing it matters so much. If you literally like slant your wrist too much when you're icing the cake will look slanted. So I literally have to make sure everything is symmetrical. Like, I literally have to activate my bionics. Like, I did have to lock in for this. So y'all already know, once I go silent, you already know what time it is. But I'm about to just go ahead, jump into it, get it over with. I ain't even gonna do no more talking. Okay, you guys, I did go ahead and finish icing the rest of it off camera. So there are some crumbs in the actual coat, but I don't have any more icing, and I also don't have time. The cake basically needs to be done because we're gonna go out to dinner for my brother's birthday and then come back and have the cake. So I'm about to attempt to smoothen it out. This is what I'm also nervous about too, because this really like is gonna make the cake straight, you feel me? So okay, you guys, so now I'm going to go in on the decorate top of my cake. So I'm gonna do, you know, this is my signature at this point, around, but you know, leave the middle open and free of space. So I'm gonna go around with some Oreo crumbs, and then I'm gonna do Oreo halves, and then pipe some rosettes on top, and then, yeah guys, we're basically gonna be done. Okay, you guys, ignore all the milk on the counter, but this is the end result. Oh my gosh, guys, I was holding my breath so much while making this cake, but honestly, it came out so much better than I expected. I can't wait till we get back so we can eat it. I bet it's gonna be fire, but I'm gonna record everybody's reaction once we get back to the crib, but I just wanted to give you guys a final view.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Anyways, guys, I got the birthday boy. He is going to tell y'all how it tastes. He has a big helping slice, okay? But it's his birthday, so. Okay. First time doing this, by the way.
If you open this door.
This was his request, personal request.
Oh my god, yo. This is good as hell.
Yo, the mouthful too is crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's been good, bruh.